Rajendra ji, can you tell us a little bit how your journey in yoga started?
My journey towards yoga started. It's difficult to say how it started. Long back, my family, we have traditional Brahmin family. So rituals, chanting, prayer, meditation, it's a part of family activity. So I grew up in that kind of environment. Uh, but we don't practice like exercise oriented yoga. So we just do chanting, prayer, kirtan, something at home. And in 1995 or 6, I attended a 1 year course in yoga and naturopathy. That course I joined just to have idea about yoga physical way and to know more about its roots and its connectivity. So that course changed my way of moving in the yoga. I did that course just as a hobby. Like many tourists come to India and they just want to try something stretching and opening. But I think that's my destiny who helped me. I believe in that destiny because I did my course 1 year and luckily I got an invitation from Yoga Niketan Ashram, which is one of the auspicious place to practice yoga. The teacher was going for vacation, so he wanted someone to fill the classes. So he approaches our principal, and my principal recommended me because I was the person who was able to speak English at that time. So he recommended my name, and then we passed through an interview, and then he said, "Okay, you come and teach here, and when I come back, I'll refine your teaching more." So it's how it started. So then I stay in Yoga Niketan for 2.5 years, teaching, learning, practicing with Swamiji and with other scholars there. And then I was studying sidewise to my other management and other studies because I was not sure that this is my career. I never thought, just it was just like a hobby which I am teaching. And that time yoga was like, imagine 1996, maybe 4 or 5 yoga schools, not school also, just yoga centers. Teaching, practicing, daytime, free time, and then we're going out and eating with people and then going home back. But then what happened that I finished my study and then I applied for job. So in my resume it written teaching yoga, interest in yoga, something like that. So I apply in a hotel, it's a luxury hotel, spa, and they say, okay, we would like to take interview, but for yoga training. So then they took a training, yoga interview with me, and I passed and said, would you like to teach yoga? I said, okay, because it's a big hotel. So it started like that. So then I teach there yoga for 2.5 years. From there, I got chance to go overseas. I went to Bermuda Island teaching there. So like this way, teaching started. So gravely, I didn't know when I become a teacher from hobby classes to become a teacher. Yeah. So later on, I studied and I did my master in yoga philosophy and like this way. So it's like this way. So I think it's my destiny, and with the God grace, I become a teacher.
Yes. And what for you is the purpose of yoga practice?
Purpose of yoga practice, it's just important that it helping me to be stay healthy, comfortable, and also sharing the skills with other people, society, to stay healthy, happy, and helping them to find their destiny, to finding their motive to be a happy person in their life. So that's what yoga helping me and what I'm passing to my students.
Is there, what is your personal practice daily? Do you have a practice that you try to follow daily? And can
Not
you tell us
on daily basis, on weekly basis, we do have our self-practice time where we practice by myself, maybe 45 minutes, which includes some asana, limited number of asana, some pranayama and meditation.
So you do it once a week? You say weekly basis?
No, twice a week.
Okay.
Twice.
Uh-huh. And if a person came to you and said, Rajendra ji, I have only 15 minutes for practice every day, what should I do? What is the most important?
Seeing the condition of person, then we can suggest something. It is not something ready-made that you go and 15 minutes you make instant noodles or something like that. So it is something which is very personal thing. So person comes to India and they have very busy schedule. So if they can understand some basic practice, that how to bend, how to stretch, how to open, how to breathe, and then they can continue back home. So it is something we can recommend them to start with some loosening practices, some joint opening practices, and then some kind of movement which involves some forward bending, some back bending, some rotation, some side stretching, covering the spinal health. Then they can go for further things like sun salutation, something. But it's all how much time and how health condition allowing, then we can say something.
Okay. Have you had any injuries connected with your yoga practice?
Injuries?
Yes.
So far, no. Injuries happen when you try to achieve something in a short period.
Yes.
And
did you see anyone coming to you with injuries or having injuries? Some
yes,
students?
yes. Some students they come here. Sometimes it is lack of the understanding of the body anatomy. Sometimes they want to fix or they want to reach at position very fast. They push the body. My basic understanding is that if you follow your breathing, you will not get injured in yoga. Breathing helping you to know what is your limitation. If you are going beyond your limitation, there are chances that you are not practicing yoga, you are just physically stretching your body.
So you need to follow your breathing in what way? If the breathing stops, that means already you've
not
gone too
stop.
much.
When breathing becomes uneven, when breathing becomes very faster, it means you are forcing your body. You are not coordinating with breathing. So generally yoga is like coordination of your breathing with body movement. You are being aware with the consciousness that I am lifting my hands, so my breathing is involved in it, my movement is involved in it. So it is a coordination of breathing and body movement plus the consciousness, means your attentiveness. So when we miss this thing due to over forcing, due to aggression, due to forceful pushing something, then breathing starts suffering. It becomes shallow, it becomes faster, sometimes it stops. Like if you push yourself, breathing is stopped, which indicating you are physically exercising.
As a teacher, how do you approach the challenge of a class, for example, drop-in classes of people coming from all different walks of life, different bodies, different experience, different age, and how do we prescribe a certain set of asanas for the class when we have such a diverse number of people with such different bodies and needs? How can we look into that and then do it in a safe way?
Yeah, it's very difficult to satisfy everybody. Sometimes in our classes it happens that some person practicing from 5, 6, 7 years and some person very first class. How to justify this thing? So what we say that practice as far as your body permitting. Means if you are a beginner student or if you are trying to explore your body, understanding your body limitation, that today I can only bend this much. So you should not force your head or your leg to come too much closer. At the same time, we are requesting the person who already in the practice that you should also maintain the posture, but try to think different aspect of yoga. Not being physically stretching, look on the other aspect, that how your emotions going now, what kind of feeling coming in your body, what kind of thoughts coming in your mind while you're holding the posture. While one person is struggling to reach there, so his limitation is there to first overcome with body limitation. But another person who already flexible, now your challenge is to observe you, to observe your thoughts, to observe your emotions at that point. So that's why we are just trying to fixing. And there are certain asanas, certain motion which applicable in everybody, like Sukshma Vyayam, micro exercises, some forward, some back bending possible, some side stretching possible. So there are certain common asanas which we can teach to everyone. Intensity will differ. Some person can stay there for 2 breath, 1 breath. Some person can say 7 breath, 10 breath. So depending on that. So then we can make some balance.
What is your approach to headstand? We ask this question all the teachers because there is big discrepancy between the opinions. Some teachers think that it is not good for the beginners, this asana. Other teachers think that it is very good asana. So what is your position?
No, it is good. It is good only the way that how you receive this asana. With enough preparation, with enough anatomical understanding, you can do this asana. So basically headstand is not actually headstand, it's basically arms and shoulder which holding your head, which holding the body weight, sorry. So if you teach them before some asana which is strengthening their shoulder, which is strengthening their arms, then of course why not you can do it. But there are certain contraindication which, like for people who are suffering from heart disease, some chronic eye problem or cervical, of course they have to take break with this asana. Otherwise it is considered the king of asana. So it is just not like anatomically, but it also influencing your psychology. It goes on your mental level also. So you have to see the other aspect of that asana, that how it changes your way of thinking. It affecting your endocrine glands, pituitary glands, it influencing them. So it is one important asana. Only thing is that maybe because of wrong practice, maybe because of some idea that it hurting the neck or this reason, so you should not practice, it is not right. Only thing is that the process should be rectified. Things which is mentioned in scriptures is not wrong. We cannot say this is wrong. Only thing is that maybe our preparation is not right, our ability is not right, but we cannot neglect or we cannot refuse it. It is time-tested process. People doing for a long time.
And what do you think about adjusting students in the position? There are different ways of adjusting. What is your approach to that?
Yeah, adjusting is an important aspect in yoga. Some people like it, some they don't like it. So first you have to be comfortable with the student that adjusting will helping them. But again, physical adjustment is secondary, first mental adjustment. That they should be able to experience the yoga and understanding their limitations. Once they understand their limitation, then some teacher can help them to find better way to do that posture. Otherwise, if you just try to adjust the body and the mind is not connected, it becomes like a robotic movement, just mechanical. So involvement of their awareness is most important. So they have to find some way that to find the posture which is helping them to ground their body. So they have to see that how their body can help with the help of ball, with the help of teacher, with the help of other things. If they are experiencing, it is good for them. But we have some students, they don't go for that thing. They say, I expect my body, I just go what I'm doing. Okay. So for them, it is not at physical level. They are just going, meditating while doing motion, whatever they, of course, if they go too wrong, then we can say, otherwise there is no harm. So basic thing is that your awareness with movement. So adjustment important, but it is not a precondition for learning yoga.
Yes.
Okay? Because this modification is very new things. If you see some books of some Swamiji, I forget Swami, which the Sivan, the school of yoga. If you see some his posture, and if you today compare, you can easily say that this is spine is not aligned. But you cannot challenge he is not a good yoga teacher. But this is something which is development in yoga, that from anatomical point of view. But main thing was your bhava, the feeling with yoga. That is most important. Then mechanically doing something and fixing your body and aligning and finding some alignment. Okay. So your involvement of mental and emotional is most important than physical.
Tell us, please, do you do shatkarmas with your students? How important are they?
Very important. Satkarma prepare the ground. Satkarma, especially Neti and this woman, helping in detoxification, taking excess toxins from your body and preparing a ground for practicing asanas. So without Satkarma, you can do yoga practice, but once you go for a course, once you try to adopt the yoga as a program for your changing, then of course there is the use of Satkarma. But if you're just like a walk-in student, you just come and you want to see what is yoga for you, then only the physical posture. But once it is like a sadhana, it's like a training for achieving something, purification is important. So hatha yoga start with kriya. So first is cleansing, then asana in hatha yoga.
Tell us, can yogi drink coffee?
Yogi can drink coffee, yes, of course. Yes, why not?
Well, there is sometimes this opinion that coffee is also stimulant, that is from outside, yes, that we don't stimulate ourselves energetically and that we are dependent on some other substance.
No, anything which is naturally available, people can take it. Only thing is that the addiction, the dependency on it. So coffee, tea, take it. Only thing is that what is the purpose of your learning yoga? If you want to live a life with families, with social surrounding, of course this is a common drink in many countries. Yes, if your purpose is to become like a monk, saint, holy person, then of course you have to avoid those things which is stimulating you, like onion, garlics, too much food which is laxative in nature, it's not recommended. But if your purpose is not that, and you're trying to stay in a life in a moderation way, you can take it. Can you just switch off my phone? Yeah.
Okay. Maybe last question.
Okay. Okay, just leave with them. Okay.
Okay. Do you have any advice for people who come to Rishikesh for the first time and they don't know what to do? Like, they are a little bit overwhelmed. Yes.
Any ideas of what to tell people like this?
Yes, actually, sometimes it happens that people coming with a image of Rishikesh, a holy city or something like this way, and sometimes it's broke down, especially at when they arrive from airport and people crowd and this thing. So they should expect it's a country which have a lot of population and still they are developing and a lot of things are there which is not in place. Slowly it's taking time, so be ready for that kind of thing. Means you cannot expect the luxury of your home with which from which country you're coming. And secondly, be open here. You will find many good teachers, many good people here, but also people who sell yoga to Rishikesh. So you have to be ready for this thing. So keeping your eye open and experiencing and learning with many teachers will helping you. But particular special thing I cannot say what to say. But it's different than other places in India.
Yes.
This case is very different. Once you start living here, you will feel very friendly, but at first level you may feel very strange. Here means a small street and the cows and the small vendors, they want to sell a flower and this thing, that thing. So sometimes they don't understand that from Western point of view that too much looking to a Western people maybe interfere in their privacy or something. But the people don't have bad intention. Only they don't know the culture of Western people.
Yes.
So like this way.
Very good. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.